So hopefully we will be a little bit quicker today. I'm terribly sorry I wasn't in my best form yesterday, I suppose. With all these undos, hardly surprising. I wasn't satisfied with that. So now we are in a four spades contract, and East actually opened one no trump, meaning that he is pretty certain to have the missing the missing values, which is actually good since a roughing finessing clubs is very likely to work. Let's count high card points first. Since I think the robots open the 1-0 trump, just like I do in our German bidding system, only with like 15 to 17 high card points. And let's see, we have exactly 20 high card points. West opened with 3 high card points, the King of Diamonds, which also implies East having well, maybe West could have like a queen that's missing at most, but otherwise all missing values will be on East side. Good to know. So what are our losers from South's perspective? There is obviously a diamond loser. There is a trump loser, obviously. We missed the ace. And there's potentially 2 heart losers. To East's ace and queen of hearts. I very much assume they will be both with East. So one of the issues in this hand is we can easily set up like a roughing finesse in the club suit. Like play clubs from dummy, and as long as East doesn't play the ace, we can just pitch losers, maybe hearts, maybe diamonds, don't know yet. But and yeah, when East plays the ace, we can rough, and then of course we can establish the other clubs in dummy. Sorry, I was a little bit ahead of my own thoughts there. But one problem once again could be dummy entries. Like the after East covers our king of clubs with the ace and we rough, one problem might be that we simply cannot reach dummy again. Since we can't reach dummy and hearts ever, since East surely sits behind the king with ace queen. And reaching the dummy in trumps is possible in principle, but only if East plays the ace of spades on like the first 2 tricks of the suit, presumably. So if we play the king and queen of spades, East must turn up with the ace. If he ducks twice, then we we're in trouble actually. So is there actually any is there actually anything we could potentially do to establish a Trump entry to dummy which is more secure? That's the question. So one possibility would actually be to just win this diamond trick and play the 5 or the 6 of spades from dummy side. And possibly even attempting to finesse against the 7 of spades. Because, because if East turns up with the 7 of spades, then we can we can establish the other one as a sure entry, the 6 or the 5 or the 5, since the other trump that East has might be the 4. I pretty much assume East will turn up without 3 missing trumps. It would surprise me if West had one of them. It's possible, but it would surprise me. What can we actually do? Another point of concern might actually be at some point West switching to hearts. Because right now, for example, we cannot duck this trick. If we let West win this trick, he will happily switch to hearts. And East sitting with ace queen behind our king will defeat our contract immediately in the first 4 tricks. So we have to play the ace. Which is already what I suspected, but I wanted to be absolutely certain. Now the other problem is that as soon as East wins the trick, for example with the ace of spades, then he can actually play a low diamond, let West win a diamond trick, and then West will play a heart and defeat our contract again, since East makes both his ace and queen of hearts. So that's absolutely not possible. So I guess we should immediately go for the roughing finessing clubs. Well, we cannot let West win any trick in diamonds. So my instinct would be to actually just play clubs, let East win the ace if he wants to, and no matter what East plays, discard our diamond. So that yes, we lose a trick, we lose this 3 of diamonds anyway, but in that case, at least West doesn't win the trick anymore to attack our hard suit from his side, because that would be deadly. And I think that's actually what I have to do. I mean, I cannot play hearts myself. I cannot play diamonds since West wins and plays a heart back. And if I play trumps, well, East wins the ace, presumably. Plays a low diamond to West, and West plays a heart, and we're down. So that's actually a very straightforward process of elimination. If we now rough, we have the same issue. We have to return either spades or hearts or diamonds, and in all cases, East might win the trick, play a low diamond to West. West returns a heart, and we're down. So our only chance is to discard the diamond right now, so that playing a low diamond to West is no longer possible. Alright, East returns a low diamond anyway. So now the question becomes, what do we do regarding the trump suit? I think I can afford to rough this one high. I want to keep my low trumps for some reason. Maybe they can serve as an entry to a low trump from dummy. Don't know. But I think my high trumps are the least valuable. It's a general principle. I split my suit into sequences, like a sequence of 3, a sequence of 2, and another sequence of 2 low cards. And if I have the choice, I usually, and if it doesn't obviously matter in terms of trick potential, I usually go for the longest sequence first, because that keeps me the most flexibility in the suit later on. So if I use up my low trumps now, I have no chance to switch to dummy if I have to later. And those high trumps, yeah, they won't do anything. So let's do this. Now we cannot play a heart ever, because if we play a heart, yeah, East just wins his ace and queen of hearts. And his ace of trumps every down. So we need to play a spade. The question is which one. And this is probably the moment at which we will need to think. So East will probably have all 3 missing spades. I pretty much suspect. We could play 3 rounds of spades, starting with the queen, and the problem is, East cannot win the ace of spades too early. If he wins the ace of spades in the first or second round, well, East cannot attack the heart suit, because if East plays a heart, then he promotes our king of hearts in dummy, and yeah, East can possibly return a diamond. And probably will return a diamond, but then we have an extra entry to dummy by means of the 10 of spades. That's what I wanted to say originally. So if East wins the first or second round of spades with his ace, and the 10 of spades is still in dummy, then we can just rough back his diamond return, cross to the 10 of spades, and cash our clubs in dummy once the trumps are eliminated, and of course our contract is safe. So that's not what he's going to do. So I pretty much already suspect that East will turn up with all 3 spades, since if he doesn't, he has to take the first or second round with his ace, or the second round presumably. Since he opened a no trump, he won't have a singleton. But if he takes the second round with his ace, because he has no further spades, there's absolutely no issue for us. So he will turn up with all 3 missing spades. What we could do now is maybe play 3 rounds of spades, and East will win the 3rd round with his ace. But what does East then return? A diamond, presumably. I think he has a diamond. I mean, he cannot attack the heart suit ever. But if he returns a diamond, we are in trouble, because we cannot play hearts ourselves, since we would give East 2 tricks in hearts immediately. And Well, we can play trumps for as long as we want, but East will just keep the ace and queen of hearts and defeat our contract. And we have no way to get rid of our hand. So this is not the solution. But then what is? I mean, East's three trumps are the ace, the seven, and the four of spades. Well, I do. I keep thinking about if I can ever cross to the five or the six in some fashion. But East will just play the seven behind it, and we cannot allow East to win his seven of spades, because he will also surely make the ace, and he will also surely make the ace of hearts. And with those three tricks, our contract is defeated. So did we go wrong already up until this point? It's hard to imagine. Imagine, since we had to play this way to avoid West from defeating our contract by playing a heart. So there was no choice really up until this point. No significant choice at least. This is rather puzzling to me. I suspect West will not turn up with a trump, right? So if Trump split 2-1, there's absolutely no problem. Like I laid out, then we can just drive out the ace in 2 rounds of spades, and the third round of spades will be an entry to dummy. And his clubs will provide enough tricks to get rid of all of our hearts, basically. Could it be that West has the queen of hearts? That's very unlikely. Since East there were only 17 high card points left after West led the king of diamonds. So did West in the last trick actually play a high card point in diamonds? No, he didn't. But maybe he has another high card point in diamond. In which case East just must have all the remaining high card points, which includes the ace of clubs, the ace of spades, the queen of diamonds, and also the ace queen of hearts. I'm a bit puzzled by this, to be honest. Can we try to reach dummy right now? We could play, of course, the 8 of spades and overtake it with the 10 of spades or something like that. That's always a possibility, but then East will just happily win the ace and return a diamond. Oh wait, but maybe that's a possibility actually, since... Yeah, I didn't really think about that, but of course, if East wins the ace of spades, what does he return? Because if he returns the 7 of spades, then he promotes our 5 and 6 in dummy, and we can win his 7 of spades in hand, and then make our third spade trick with the 5 or the 6 in dummy, and can catch our clubs. So East cannot return the 7 of spades. He also cannot afford to return the 4 of spades for the reason that we will just win it in dummy with the 5 or the 6. Perhaps that's his best chance, but the other possibility would be to return a diamond. But if he returns a diamond, we can actually rough that one in dummy. also giving us our dummy entry. The only issue being that Eastern still has a trump left, and the question becomes how many club tricks can we make before East ruffs. Since East already played the club, West, by leading diamonds, well, he has presumably has the long diamond suit, I suppose. Which means 5 diamonds, and East could still have 4. That's not saying very, very much. So we need to find 2 discards in clubs. Maybe I'll try that, because I don't see any other possibility. Because I just need the 8 of spades and overtake it with the 10. And then, well, if East plays low, then I have successfully entered dummy and can start catching clubs. If East plays the ace, then I can still reach dummy, since if East returns the 7 of spades, I win it in hand and cross to dummy with a low spade. If East returns the 4 of spades, I enter dummy. I play a low spade from hand and enter dummy immediately, and if East returns a diamond, I can choose to ruff in dummy instead of in my own hand. I just need to be able to play enough clubs before East ruffs. That's sort of the concern. To get at least rid of all hard losers except for maybe one. And I'm not really sure we accomplish that. Especially if, like, East returns the 4 of trumps, I suppose that's a concern, since then I would need East to have actually 3 more rounds of trumps, of clubs. It's all getting very, very iffy, to be honest, but don't see any other possibility. If I play like a high trump now, or if I let the 8 run, let's say, East will happily duck and with the 4, and as soon as I play a spade again, well, he if I try to cross to dummy with the 6, he plays the 7. If I do like anything else, or let's say if dummy plays the 6, he plays the 7. If dummy plays the 10, he plays the ace, no matter what I do. There is actually also the possibility of end playing East, maybe, by just guessing the number of clubs he has. Yeah, but we need to establish a dummy entry first, that's the problem. So let's cross to the 10. Yeah, West doesn't have a single round of trumps, and East returns to 4, like I suspected. This was the critical line. Yeah, so now I can play low and enter dummy, but then I would absolutely need East to follow 3 rounds of clubs after that. Since there's no chance of me actually reaching dummy again. And I don't think that is supposed to happen. Yeah, he roughs the 3rd round, and that's that. Yes, I can. Oh, wait a sec. I can overruff, and that doesn't even matter actually. Why did I think that that was a problem? Since I can still cross to dummy and catch my final club. Why did I ever think that East roughing was a problem in the first place? I don't know. Now we just happily lose a hard trick and claim the last 2. This wasn't too bad actually. I made that way more complicated than I should have. Let's see if the solution provides any insights, but I mean, we didn't have much choice to begin with. Like, it was no option to keep West in the lead in his first diamond trick, because he would just have switched to hearts and defeated our contract. Yeah, a hardship from West cannot be accepted. And now again, if we play trumps or anything else, East will win the ace immediately, play a diamond to West, and West returns a heart and we're down again. So there is our only chance at this point is to prevent East from playing a diamond to West ever by pitching our last diamond in South on a club from North, no matter what East does. Yeah, the diamond needs to go just to prevent West from making a trick and West from playing a hard back. South was high, yes, that also cannot hurt since we have more than enough high trumps in South, and actually entering North is the issue, not South. Yeah, we need the 8 or the 9 and take it with the 10. South should basically always play as high a trump as he can reasonably if he has the choice, since high trumps in South are not very sparse. Low trumps are. Yeah, we take the 10 and force East to win the ace, because if he now ducks, we just start playing clubs again. Yeah, and once we have entered dummy, there's actually no problem, even if East roughs. Since if East roughs, we will still have a dummy entry by the last remaining trump, and can then continue the club suit. East roughing is just a minor hiccup, no big obstacle. Yeah, we still have a trump entry to the 6. That's important. And our last club provides the deciding heart discard, so East doesn't make his queen of hearts, which was the only loser we could potentially avoid. Like, there was no way we were going to avoid the ace of trumps or the ace of hearts or even the diamond loser. That was never going to happen. The only loser we could avoid was the queen of hearts. Alright, maybe I will do another episode tonight, since I won't be there after that for a few days. Have a nice weekend all. Bye for now.